a second, guys. One second.
What up?
We've got to give a shout out to South Nashville Heating and Cooling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Friend and supporter, show and proof. Also, the longest running sponsor of I Got Some Shit to Say, the podcast.
Absolutely. Look, man, South Nashville Heating and Cooling, where quality and craftsmanship come together. They've been doing this since 1985. That's almost 40 years of service. Expert designs, quality installations, superior service.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you something.
What's that?
Tell me.
I feel confident in the fact that South Nashville Heating and Cooling will keep me warm in the winter.
For sure.
It'll keep me cool in the summer.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, these middle months, you'll be comfortable even then.
Absolutely, dude.
Y'all know the deal, man. South Nashville Heating and Cooling. We love those guys. Y'all see the name. Y'all see the number. Tap in.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Always. It's I Got Some Shit to Say, the podcast, man. We're back like we don't stop, because trust us, we never do. All we do is work, and y'all know me.
Fuck you, Squints.
That's right, R.I.P.
Whizzle fizzle.
Forever and always. Flying solo today, but I'm not. Man, this is crazy. First, we're going to start with one of the most amazing human beings I've ever met in my life, Mr. Edward Crowe.
Yes. Appreciate that.
That's you, my friend.
Agreed. Glad to be here.
Man, so thankful to have you back with us again. Edward Crowe's no stranger to the show. He's been with us before. We'll circle back around to that. But next to him, my new friend, Jon Newport. Welcome to the show, my friend. I got some shit to say.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes, man. Pleasure to have you. Man, I'm so stoked for you to be here. This is like extra, you know what I'm saying, to have you two on the couch. But, ladies and gentlemen, finally, I'm sitting with none other than Catfish Billy. Motherfucking Yellow Wolf in the building. Bruh. So,
Billy.
He's here.
Yo, I'm comfy.
I'm glad you are.
I'm comfy.
With that Holy Center pillow?
I got a Holy Center pillow.
Available now, holycenter.com.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh shit! I was holding it upside down.
Were you?
My bad, highlight doobie.
Shout out highlight
Yo,
doobie.
get your furniture accessories at holycenter.com. Holycenter.com's got pillows. They got lamps. They got candles. They got coasters.
I told Wolf to send me some Slamerican pillows, and he said, bro, I don't make pillows, bro. Shout out Highlight, bro. We love you.
Shout out Highlight. I love you, Highlight. I got Gucci pillows in my house.
Talk your shit, Wolf. Bro, first,
I'm gonna get some of these Holy Center pillows that'll go good with my
they're nice, man. They're nice. Man, first, let me thank you, bro. I appreciate your time so much, bro, and just joining us today. We've been, Mr. Crowe, you as well, and Newport. I can't fail to mention that as well. I appreciate you fellas pulling up today, man.
Thanks for having us, man.
Bro. We've been doing this close to 4 years now. We're approaching episode 270 or so when this drops. And when we started this, bro, I wrote it all down. You know what I mean? And there was a list of about 200 people, all of which I thought were to somewhat attainable through my connections that I had prior to making this podcast. And Mr. Wolf, you are one of the last 4 to cross off that list. So I really appreciate you joining me this evening.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that so much.
I'm a huge fucking fan, man. I've been a fan for as long as I can remember. Back when I used to be a white rapper, I was a fan of Yellow Wolf. A very envious fucking fan.
You know who else used to be a white rapper?
Who? Go.
Edward Crowe.
Talk your shit, Mr. Crowe.
If you haven't heard Satellites,
I had to tap into this.
Listen.
Way back.
Zilla got fucking bars.
When was this?
Zilla got bars.
When did Satellites drop?
Let me just. I've been friends with Zilla since I was 13 years old.
One.
You know, we met at Antioch High School, right in
Antioch Zone.
And Bell Road, Hickory Park Drive.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, he lived in Antioch as well, and we became fast friends. Well, when I moved and then music started to take off, we reconnected in Nashville through music again. And the first time we kicked it, he had his own studio in downtown Nashville.
Phoenix Room, baby.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Phoenix Room.
And he had this record called Satellites, and it was me and Struggle.
Shout out Struggle Jennings.
Pull up,
Struggle. I ain't seen you in a minute.
Shout out
And Zilla had their song all laid out already, and I pulled up and wrote and laid my verse to it, and at that point, I was like, well, I guess this is my dog. You know what I mean? Like, I guess we're
Right.
doing this. But yeah, it's funny you say it used to be a white rapper. You know, that's a I got some shit to say.
Yeah.
Type shit.
I get it. So I do occasionally jump on records just with like Chad and One and like them guys, just because of Show and Prove Entertainment. That's the thing we've been doing since I was 6. So okay, you'll see Squinch jump on a record here and there, but it's very, very, very rare. I haven't really jumped on nothing since
yeah.
Jelly and Haystack collaboration.
Oh, whoa. Do you remember Eric McAnally?
Absolutely. Shout out EMAC.
I used to live across the street from EMAC.
Okay, fun fact. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a on Hickory Park Drive, 5427 Hickory Park Drive.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Shout out to the exact address.
This little.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, shit.
I get it.
This little split apartment. Dude, when we moved in there, I swear to God, it was a mansion.
Yeah.
I had never seen something that nice. When I go
Right.
back there now, I'm like, this is a piece of shit. This place is terrible. But anyway, on the porch there, you could see Arbor Apartments. And EMAC had an apartment. Arbor. I think it's Arbor, right?
BOUR? Or was it just A?
No,
I think it's ARBOR.
Arbor.
I believe so, yeah.
Arbor Apartments. It used to be anyway. I don't know if they changed it, but he had an apartment, and I was, you can't make this up. I remember I had a little boombox, and I was listening to back to back Ice Cube, back to back, and I had it on my porch tapes.
Okay.
And I was playing tapes and shit, and I used to like practice, you know, his verses, and you know that was kind of my thing on my porch. And the thing is, I knew about Vanilla Ice, right?
Yeah.
But I also knew that Vanilla Ice was starting to get clowned in the industry,
the gimmick
and in culture.
Yeah, sure.
So EMAC, to me, because he had this 12-inch vinyl around town, and he was a white rapper, and he represented the real deal.
Yeah.
You know, at least in the streets, that's how it was painted, you know?
I get it.
And so I looked up to him in that way, like, oh man, like, if you're gonna do it, you gotta
do it like EMAC.
You gotta be the real
Shout out
deal.
Eric McAnally.
You know? If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it real.
I totally get it.
So anyway, his apartment was up there, and I saw his little brother. I saw the whole fucking thing happen, man. The whole thing. His grill, he was out there grilling, and he goes inside. I'm watching this whole thing, and that grill, whoo,
okay,
catches.
like when he opened it, just
yeah, exactly, and it catches the roof
on fire.
So EMAC's little brother starts fucking running outside, throwing all his clothes off the balcony. I mean, God knows, like
to save them, to like get them out the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hickory Hollow Mall's finest.
R.I.P.
Skids, Elise's,
Woof. Hell yeah.
Jordans, you know what I mean? Like Journeys. I don't know what the fuck he was throwing off.
Shout out Fat Caps.
Shout out Fat Caps. Hey, Fat Caps still thriving.
Yeah,
Shout out
right.
Fat Caps.
That's right, too.
Absolutely. Shout out to you and Fat Caps.
But I watched that whole goddamn complex come down, man, and
Oh, really? The whole building burned down?
yeah, that whole complex.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that motherfucker went up. Well, I mean, the whole motherfucker is built out of matchsticks.
Right. Right. I get it. Shout out EMAC though, bro. Yeah, for the people that don't know, just for our listeners and watchers, EMAC is Eric McAnally was a early Mr. Southside Hustler, is what it is.
Southside Hustler.
Right. He had an album called Immaculate that was in circulation heavy around the city. And I'm pretty confident that was the first preview of Haystack we got was on that LP. I think I want to say Stack was featured on that, and then when Stack put out his 360 album, he like recycled the same verse, and I'll never forget that. But that's a different discussion.
Yeah, man, like that. EMAC, that whole Antioch scene was, I mean, influential,
Right,
to say the least. But and also at the time, you know, I had taken on. Well, you know, I was like what, 14 or 15 at that time, and
you went to Antioch High, all that shit.
Oh yeah,
Right?
I went to Antioch. I went to
That's
fucking
crazy.
Apollo. I went to Carter Lawrence Middle School on 12th, which is a magnet school now, which is crazy.
That is weird.
Did you go to Carter Lawrence?
No, I went
You
to
didn't go to-
Procon.
Okay,
Child Pro Chrome.
yeah. So
one
Carter
son
Lawrence
goes
is
to
where I wrote my first rhyme ever.
Okay, another fun fact. I didn't know that either.
Mhm. Yeah, my boy Chris Kane and my boy Wes Brown. I was with Wes Brown today. I'm still hanging with a lot of my. I'm very fortunate, man. A lot of my friends that I've been with since I was kids are still close friends of mine. Now, one of my best friends in the world is my manager, and my other best friend in the world, Newport,
Shout out Edward Crowe, Newport.
John Ruben Newport, lower
I get it.
management.
Lower.
Let's go.
Is that the title?
He lower manages the beers.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a job.
The photography. No, we've given him the photography role.
Dope. Hell yeah. Has that been a role for a long time, Newport, before this current role?
Lower, yes.
Gotcha. More of a hobby type scenario, or just was it something?
I would say I've been a muse, I'm just the homie, man.
Yeah, I get it.
Wolf. Sometimes I gotta be around and help.
Well,
shit out, you know?
the thing
I'm
is,
the help. I help.
He holds
I
it
get it.
down. He holds it down.
I get it.
I've known Newport since as long as I've known. Actually, I met Newport almost immediately because I moved to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because I was skateboarding. We just, we linked and we've been best friends since, through skateboarding and traveling the world. And so when the music took off, you do want to keep people around you that know you.
Sure.
Because, it's a lot of strange faces every day, and it's just comforting to have
I could only imagine.
family around. Yeah. So,
especially to the degree I've witnessed. Sorry if I cut you off. But the degree I've seen your career, Wolf, as a consumer, and luckily over the years here in Nashville, I've had a handful of opportunities to meet you and have brief conversations with you. You've always been the homie, and Zilla's always been a super supportive guy. But the involvement of you as an artist, I can only imagine the type conversations and business relationships you have almost, I wouldn't want to say forced in, but been presented with, and then to replace those scenarios being independent now with the homies and just that comfortability. I could only imagine the relief that could have. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it's being independent, I feel is glorified quite a bit. There's a fucking big responsibility to being independent.
Sure.
And it's not always what it seems. There are certain benefits to being on a major that should not be shunned or frowned upon, or you can't talk shit about. They really do move and shake in a different way.
Yeah.
And there are perks to being with a major label. So I would never tell an artist that's stay indie, stay indie, stay indie. Stay indie if you have the team to control an independent situation.
Sure.
Yeah. If not, you may be better off with a major if you're fit for it.
Yeah.
Because they have an in-house system and they have an in-house team. Independent is it's each and every individual is handpicked, and you go through a lot of firing people.
Sure. Gotta find the right pieces.
Fire, rehire, and it's this sift that you're putting people through. Because if you sign up to work with an independent artist, likely you don't work with a major, have never worked with a major,
Sure.
or if you did work with a major, you have left to be independent, so you're an independent contractor. So, in that sense, as an independent contractor, well, okay, we need a radio guy to work our independent situation.
Sure.
Well, that radio guy is independent contracted by a lot of other independents.
Right.
So whereas in a major, you may get a hyper focus of people that are working on your project, publicists, radio people,
Specifically.
everything that goes with it. But when you're an indie, it's a battle to gather the right team and push it forward. And it's as so far we've done great, but it's been really difficult
Building process.
and I'm stoked to be where we are, but I don't know how long now I've been off of Shady and Interscope, but
Yeah, I was gonna ask out loud how long it's been since you've been labeled basically independent artist.
I mean, what was our first independent release? Zilla?
Oh, Cowboy.
Was it Ghetto? I thought
I should be able to answer this question.
Oh, you may be right. Was Trump Music 3 was
Trump Music 3 was Interscope. It was Empire.
And
Through
Ghetto.
Interscope.
Oh yeah, and then no, Trial by Fire.
Trial by
I
Fire.
think Trial by Fire was my out.
The discography is insane.
I think that was your last one.
But then like, but
You got so many albums.
So many
this gets
albums.
difficult when this comes
It is
up.
insane.
Well,
the
Cowboy-
discography is insane.
man, appreciate it.
Keep going though.
But I think Ghetto Cowboy was the first. And boy,
What year was that though?
Man, I mean, I don't know. It's 2020, I guess.
I was going to go earlier than that. I was going to say
A
15,
little bit before
14.
that, 2019 maybe.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't 20.
look it
It wasn't that far back because
No.
I mean,
Think so?
it's 2024 right now.
To the Google
It's-
Remember,
machine.
Ghetto Cowboy, the
2019.
end of Ghetto Cowboy, we went to Europe right before COVID.
Can you tell us
Oh
Newport?
yeah.
1 second.
Lowers fact checking.
We'll call that the Google machine. To the Google machine.
2019.
Okay.
19.
Yeah. Zilla wins the
Good
prize.
shit.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I was guessing. too.
Lower.
Wow, that's crazy. And you know, and Ghetto Cowboy was my way to like. Well, first of all, after Love Story, and after Struggle had went to prison, and all of a sudden, hip hop and country had made this wave, this huge wave in Nashville, Tennessee, and really around the world, but industry wise, it was very crowded, I'll say, in Nashville. And I felt like my first independent record needed to, well, I just wanted to say as an artist, like, look, man, in my opinion, this is how you do it. If you're gonna blend country music and hip hop, then that was kind of me tipping my hat to that
Gotcha.
whole genre and that whole idea.
Okay.
It wasn't that I was entering it. That record was actually, I'm leaving this, and like, this is it. That literally Trial by Fire. I'm burning this down. Like, I'm over this. You know,
Interesting.
like, and so I went and sussed out all the best features that I could find, and all the, you know, legit features and features with real stories and backing, like Winona and
Crazy.
Joshua Headley, who ended up actually Joshua Headley signed to Jack White immediately after that record dropped.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was supposed to be with Slamerican. And
Wait, he was supposed to sign with Slamerican,
Yeah,
and
the
then
guy-
initially- and Jack White operates out of Nashville as well.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah.
yeah, we were gonna sign Joshua and cut a country record on him. But Jack White scooped him right after Shadows dropped, and so, but anyway, fast forward to now, during that time and around that time, I also met an amazing country music artist named Tony Martinez that we have signed and produced a record on called
Okay.
Everywhere West, that's out now. Classic, like 90s country vibes with some new.
Is that featured as a single?
No, it's a
Whole
full.
album.
It's a full album.
Oh,
and
okay.
Somehow he's brilliant, man. He's figured out how to get the nostalgia of good 90s country and somehow being super futuristic at the same time. He's sick, so we're stoked on that. But yeah, I just decided from that period, I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna flip it up again. And I think I did another hip hop project after Trial by. Did I do one after Trial by Fire? Or did I go straight to Sometimes Why with Shooter Jennings?
You did.
Did we do it? Oh no. Oh no.
Mudmouth.
We did August Onslaught,
We did the April Onslaught.
April Onslaught, where we put out 5 records in 1 month.
Yes.
Put out some Mafia, Mile Zero,
Yep.
Turquoise Tornado, Mudmouth,
Shout Turquoise Tornado. Shout Riff Raff.
and then right after that, Sometimes Why.
Yeah. Right after that, I went to. We recorded the record with Shooter Jennings, the rock and roll record.
Shout Shooter
Sometimes
Jennings.
Why. But this is all like, you know, like I'm saying, like on an independent level, like I just want to give my flowers to Emmanuel at 1 RPM for, like, you know, artists need to know this. Labels are like a bank.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? If
Sure.
it is like that. Whether it's monetary, whether it's an actual check, or it's a loan for a producer, or a loan for a feature from an
Some
artist,
sort of
or
kickstart campaign
a
type deal.
buy on to
Yeah.
a tour. It's all like it's they're keeping receipts,
right?
But the thing is, like, if you can monitor that as well as you can, and keep your costs, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, try to control it. You can create a really like good situation for yourself.
Yeah.
But Emmanuel has like been more than generous with supporting all the projects that we've put out
at 1 RPM.
1 RPM. Yeah. Emmanuel is like, please, man. That every time I've asked Emmanuel to support a project, I mean, it's 30 seconds to a minute of a conversation. He's like,
"What do you need?"
Yeah, all right, cool. Let's go. What do you want?
I get that though.
So we've done really well in that world, but you know, you can't do this shit by yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's impossible.
Well, it's interesting to hear you like openly admit that. Just, I mean, dude, you've been around the world 100 times in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And to see your career on so many different calibers, and yet your stock always rise. That's how I've always like looked at Yellow Wolf. Like Yellow Wolf to me is like one of the most versatile and talented musicians that does what I like, if that makes any sense. Not to just throw immediate flowers in that magnitude, but growing up hearing your music, like Love Story to me was like such a transition for me. Like, I don't know what it was about Love Story, but when I heard that album from start to finish, it took me from like the envious fan, being the white rapper I mentioned, to like, this guy is something different. Like, to a degree to where I just you don't hear people create music like Yellow Wolf creates music. The finished products that you've been able to produce to the world, like, just from my vision, is just, there's levels of like masterpiece to some of this shit, bro, to where it's just so perfectly painted pictures but the melodic approaches you take to what some artists would dare do, even the risk of doing it, like, just from the creative aspect, you've always just took leaps and bounds at whatever direction you wanted to go in music. And I just, from the outside looking in, like, that's so dope to just see that evolvement of you as an artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be, but I reference to it like that, like in comparison to Jelly. Like, when we talk Jelly, and I've known Jelly for 20 plus years, and for him to be so much rap shit, he needs a drink. The man needs a drink. He's a thirsty one. But when I reference it to Jelly and his transition from, you know, the hip hop Jelly we once knew into the country thing, you know, I know personally that Jelly had self-doubt in his mind through that journey. You know what I mean? Mm. There was levels of self-doubt. Not that he wasn't ultimately going to create the masterpieces that he's doing today. None of that. I'm just saying, like, personally, I know there were levels of self-doubt. Did you ever have any self-doubt in yourself when you took the creative angles you've taken on some of these projects?
Nah, man, I don't like even my mind's already made up after the song enters my mind. You know, it's like I'm not you know, no ego. This is like, I'm at its very core definition visionary.
Sure.
And I say that meaning like I envision what it's going to be at the end. Even to the point where I create covers before I make music. I have a cover to my album before I make a record.
That's interesting as hell.
I know, like, when I did Sometimes Why, I did all the art before I got in the studio with Shooter, because the vision helps me to compartmentalize what it needs to sound like. So if I can put a visual reference in front of the music, I'm confident that I can get there and I'm not lost. Yeah. So, you know, and that's Slamerican. That is everything we've created with Slamerican, and it's spawned off into many, many things, many different
enormous avenues.
Well, just not just music, but just like artisans, you know, from tattoo artists, photographers,
culture. It's a whole culture.
Bike builders. Like, it's an idea of creating something that fits that vibe. And so I've just been the one thing that I have done, though, I've never questioned myself or had self-doubt about stepping in the booth or doing anything like that. But what I do is like really a hyper focus on protecting the brand and like making sure that whatever it is that I'm doing still makes sense, even if it is a rock and roll project with Shooter Jennings. It still makes sense with who I am. It still makes sense with the brand. It still makes sense with the culture, and it's not. I really tried hard to not be shocking with my changes, because I knew early on, I was like, I'm not gonna stay here. You know, like
I get it.
Arena rap.
I totally understand what you're saying right now.
Arena rap was a space that I created. Have a Great Flight, which is on Love Story. It's a singer-songwriter song I wrote for my grandmother. Empty Bottles.
One of my favorite records ever.
Empty Bottles.
Love the record.
So,
Empty Bottles.
Thank you, bro. So Empty Bottles was recorded almost 7 years before Pop the Trunk.
Jesus, fun fact.
So, and I recorded that with Malay in Atlanta, Georgia. But with that sound, we were so fucking far ahead of the curve.
That's insane.
That no one knew what to do with it. It was like, this country rock rap, this country rap shit. This is like,
even the last verse, like the last verse was pre-written as well. When it like
we didn't even
bro, we same vocals.
We didn't
re-record it.
We didn't even mix it. We just put it on the record and mastered it.
Wow.
It was already mixed. We didn't touch those songs. Those songs were my vocals from then, but we couldn't get a record deal for what that was at the time. And I was given an ultimatum. Yo, you go do a rap record, and if we can't get you a deal, you can walk. So that's when we went in and wrote Pop the Trunk. But I just knew from that time that eventually I'm going back here.
Yeah.
And I finally got the strings cut loose, so to speak, to do Love Story. And that's where the shit hit the fan, so to speak. That's when it was like, I owned it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, there was nothing, you couldn't take it from me anymore. There was no like, everything inside and out, from the music to the fashion to the fucking delivery to how we were performing, to all of that shit was owned. And I felt safe in my space, you know what I mean? And I knew that it was going to be a challenge for like Trump music fans to be like, nah, I want that Trump music shit. But I also knew the potential of this record, and I was right. You know, I rolled the dice, and sometimes you're not right, but I was right. And it was the biggest album of my career, and still is one of the biggest albums of my career. And I learned a lot. Like you don't know what fans don't know what they want until they hear it. You know what I mean? And you can't. They're not artists for a reason. They're there to listen. Right. Don't take advice from a fan. Like, fans are fans.
I get it.
You know, don't let them tell you not to try something, because like all of a sudden you've blew their mind and they're like, oh, I love this now. You know, you just got to carry them on a journey. My theory has always been, man, Lynn, I lose 100, gain 1,000. I might lose 100 fans off of this record because it's a change, but I'll gain 1,000 during the process.
I love that thought, though.
And I'll keep 900 of those.
It's worth the risk.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, especially
with a polished product that the albums that come out are, I could see, I didn't know that, I guess I could see why that currently Love Story being your biggest album. But what's crazy about Love Story for me personally is that it already like ended up in I was already on the record and loved it. And I was just going through the album and I was so engulfed in fucking Sons of Anarchy. And when you made the fucking, the last episode, you know, the finale, the montage on the finale, and
changed
when
my life.
From that moment, it was just like, okay, you know what I mean? Like the whole world is about to get a taste of Yellow Wolf.
Yeah.
Not that they had the capability to like get it before.
No,
you know what I mean? It just exposed so many people.
Those moments can change your life, you know, and and it did change my life, you know, and it changed the trajectory of my career just by being present on that during that. I mean, like, the stars aligned, man. It's Sons of Anarchy. You know, I'm already like, I'm mobbing with my homies. You know, we're all on bikes.
Yeah.
You know, in real life.
Yeah.
And, you know, the song, the video, the timing. It was just, you know, it just aligned perfectly. And then we had the opening for the trailer for
Magnificent Seven.
Magnificent
Oh,
Seven.
what a banging ass movie! I didn't know that was on the trailer.
Also, the Whitey Bulger movie,
Black Mass.
Black Mass. Yeah, we had the trailer.
Way to go, Newport! Yes, sir.
Lower.
Lower. Sorry.
Yeah, Black Mass. And so, yeah, the record, you know, shit, man. Just a moment, you know. Of,
So many moments for you, bro.
it's-
Some when I sit, bro, and I went through your discography, Wolf, just to like, because I've been a fan forever, but when I open it, the discography for you, and I go down, and then I start tapping into each individual albums and like the features you've obtained or the records you've been a part of over the years, and like just the placements along your career are just so incredible to the point now, like, for you to just be sitting next to me, like, blows my mind. But at the same time, like, to just think of the magnitude and then to see what you've been able to create based off that, like the brand Slumerican. Like, the brand Slumerican to me was Yellow Wolf's brand from as far as I can remember, it seems like. I don't know when Slumerican became a thing, like on ink and on paper and LLC or whatever, but it's like, as far as I can remember, it was always slum shit. It was slum, you know what I mean? And from the flagship store to, you know, but the apparel, and then the see the migrating into the whole biking community and all that, and to see you evolve and develop into the artist we all know as Yellow Wolf now with War Story, you know, like that current Yellow Wolf. It's just like, it's unreal, bro. They're gonna make a fucking movie about you one day. Like,
Man.
somebody's got to, because the insanity. Like, when I went back and watched Drink Champs immediately, admittedly I went back and watched the 3 hour Drink Champs that you just did recently, shot Drink Champs. But just to hear some of those stories, and for like, they couldn't mention nobody, and you not be, oh, hold on, let me just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
bro,
that's a fact.
there are not many human beings on this planet that can tell those type stories. And just to sit, like, that's what I told Wolf off camera, like, before we hit record, like, bro, there is no direction to this fucking sit down today. I'm so thankful just for the opportunity just to sit and have a conversation with you, just because I'm so fascinated by the character you have become. Not only were you one of my favorite artists as I was trying to be an artist, I was looking up to you in that scenario, playing off how Yellow Wolf raps and shit, like, because I like to twist a little bit myself back then. And then to fast forward to now, you know, it's unreal to me, man.
Man, it's I think that, well, you know, part of that like growth is it's got to be some ADHD shit. It's probably some, like, you know, I definitely have bipolar tendencies, and, like, you know, if weed, I'll say, admittedly triggers some of that, in a very, like, the psychosis.
That's why you can't smoke, because it makes you,
it
like,
makes me
paranoid
tweak
type
out,
shit. Yeah,
and
I got it.
My personality changes heavily.
That's unfortunate.
I know, because I really love weed, but the superpower to that, though, for me, was to, if I'm gonna wear a lot of different hats, you know what I mean, I just really wanted to do it at its highest level, and I just had the right ingredients growing up, man. I really did. I had the right music in the house, and I was surrounded with rock and roll, and I was surrounded, you know, and then by the time I was a young teenager, I was surrounded with street shit out of Antioch, you know what I mean? Like, real street shit, like shootouts and people getting murdered. Like, it was fucked up in Antioch back then, man.
Yeah.
So I just went from this whole cesspool of culture and experience at a very young age with a high level of musical knowledge because of my mom and her husbands, her mom and her boyfriends and husbands, and they were in the music industry that just spoiled me with like mixes, and they were mixing engineers and light and sound design guys, and all this shit was like setting into me somehow.
Sure. Molding you, basically.
I just always like appreciated, I don't know, a perfectly executed piece of art. I don't give a shit if it's a song or a painting or.
I love how you stopped yourself right when you were about to say that, because I thought you were going to say music, and then you like circled back and was like, it's not just the music. It's like just the self-created.
No, it's the perfect shirt, the perfect pair of shoes that you created. Stefan Janoski, shout out.
Charles Stefan Janoski.
Like the perfect, just like you. Oh man, you nailed it! Wow, like that is so satisfying. You know what I'm saying? When you put a piece of music out and someone's like, "Oh my god, that's the best shit ever." You know what I mean? Like that's like doing a trick on the streets. Like Newport knows, man. Like you're doing a trick on the streets. Like you're not skateboarding by yourself, homie. Like you're out there with your boys. The whole point is, you killed that.
To pull it, pull something off.
You did it. You did it. You landed it. You know what I mean? And so all that shit just kind of, and I went through my discography recently accidentally. This is not. I didn't even.
This is interesting.
Reddit.
Okay.
So someone DM'd me a Reddit post about everything that I've done ever.
Okay. It's a long list.
Dude. It's crazy. I don't know.
Insane.
Man. Well, the thing is, so once I went through that whole list of songs and albums and features and all those things, I was like, man, I realized, well, it's never going to stop because it's part of my personality to, as soon as I leave here, I'm going to go to the studio and make a record. And as soon as that record's done, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and do something else. Mm-hmm. And that's yesterday.
Sure.
It's always yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I have to listen to my songs 50 fucking times to memorize them, to perform them.
Really?
Dude, I write so quickly. I just did a feature with Souls of Mischief today.
Okay.
Right
Flex.
Before we came up here.
Major flex.
Well, yeah.
Talk your shit, Wolf.
Fuck it, though.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm totally with it.
Right before we got here, I did a feature on a Souls of Mischief record.
Woof.
And for sure, I could not tell you the first line of it right now. Not like right now. And then, I'm going to send it off to Tajay and A+, and like if they fuck with it, God willing, they do, and that'll be one more thing on the list. And
sure.
And so I've made it a go. Like in 2025, for everyone watching, 2025, I have a goal. I'm putting it out there, and you can hold me to it. Okay. I'm either going to put out a song every 2 weeks all year, or I'm going to put a song out once a month all year and compile that into an album at the end of 2025. And tentatively right now, the title is called 45.
Okay.
And we're thinking about the end of the year distributing that record on a 45.
Okay.
But I'm just kind of tying in the idea of like, look, man, this isn't going to stop. Freestyles. I mean, let's not even get into fucking freestyles, man. You talk about like this shit that's not even like really
a structured song, but just
freestyles, like just YouTube shit.
Yeah.
Or like freestyles, Like,
yeah.
Like
it's a popular thing nowadays.
Do you take vacations?
Rarely.
Do anybody? You kind of do.
I do take vacations.
Like Crowe be traveling.
Edward vacates.
He be on top of pyramids and shit. Like Crowe be traveling.
He be vacating on the weekends too. Off in the country.
Yeah, for sure.
He gets away.
That's right.
You know what I'm
Other
saying?
realms and shit.
I ain't mad at you, bub. I've begged to come on one of these trips.
I swear to God, like 2-3 days,
Gone.
dude. When I do like 2 or 3 days, bro, I am. Yeah, I thought I'm like ready to work. I thought after,
At the end of the 2 or 3 days, you're ready to work. You say? Is that what you were saying?
man.
Okay.
Dude, after War Story, when we put out War Story, I was like, I'm done for a while. You know what I mean? I'm done.
Great album, by the way.
Thank you. I was like, man, I just put my dick on the table with that one. You know what I mean? Like this is a hip hop classic. Like I'm done for a while, and then fuck, like last month I was like, man, I'm really feeling like I want to get back in the studio and work again. Like I'm feeling creative, and
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's just that creative, you're going to grow anxious if you're not creating.
I think I got some sort of fucking head trauma.
Think that's what it is?
I mean, it's not out of the question, man. Like I was in a severe fucking car accident when I was like 5.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Well, no one does. I've never talked about it, but like I'm talking about the roof touched the gear shift.
Oh,
like
shit.
we rolled like down a ravine and shit.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was like, and I think sometimes, man, like man, I might have caught some kind of trauma, man. Like I don't know, like something like is something don't shut off. You know what I mean? And there's nothing I can really do about that except for drink and have fun and hang with my friends and laugh or golf. I have to have something else that distracts me from going somewhere creative because like the songs just don't stop. And I was like, my mother would ask me to take out the trash and I would make a song
from A to B
about taking the trash out so that I wouldn't forget to take out the trash. And I would get so into the song that I would forget to take the trash out.
Interesting.
That's
wild.
I'd be walking around the house like, take out the trash, don't forget to take out the trash. I'm all in my zone. And I would do that for 45 minutes and then go to my room and do something else. And my mom would be like, you still didn't take the fucking trash out.
Defeating the purpose.
So
that's interesting as fuck, though.
ADHD.
Clearly.
That's right.
Yeah,
clearly. But what, dude? But
I mean,
to
I've
your
never
defense, yeah, because what you're about to say is you've never been diagnosed, or you've never been right, or you've never.
No.
Okay, because I was gonna say, but back then, bro, we didn't go to the doctor for every fucking thing. You know what I mean? Period. Like if you wasn't fucking bleeding,
God, though,
boning,
bro.
Thank
right?
God, yeah.
Bleeding out some extremity, or you're missing a limb or something, like you'll be all right.
I think that like thank God for in my case. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
my mama wasn't playing that shit, dude.
Right.
My mom and grandparents, all old school Southern women.
Okay.
There's a fucking remedy. Kick your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Belt. Fucking switch.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like whatever. And or keep him busy. They ain't no pills. Like
Right.
keep him busy. Keep him busy. Keep him busy. So I mean, thank God, because imagine, man. Imagine if I would have suffocated that creative side of my mind by taking pills for ADHD. Like what?
Right.
Like
it would curb the creativity. It would literally harm the things that I've sat here and thrown flowers at you for. Literally.
no, I would fuck it, and it has fucked it up. Let me tell you, like I've like, I had a moment where like, I got on pills pretty heavy. And
like pain pills or opioids or
like pain pills and shit.
shout pain pills.
But I got on pills for a heavy second, and man, I did not feel like doing shit ever, dude. Just didn't feel like doing shit, And I was like, "Fuck this, dude!" Like I embrace my insanity, man. Like I love my crazy. You know what I mean? Like
hell yeah.
God, thank you for giving it to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm thankful that I have this avenue and this outlet to express these things.
Sure.
Because of whatever happened. I don't know if it was car wreck or abuse or whatever the fuck it was when I was a kid that got in my head or my early teens that was like triggered something.
Yeah.
But it could have become anything. I could have been a pro baller. I could have been a pro skater. I could have been a painter. I could have been whatever. It would have been redirected to something. I mean, like, you know, because I'm a born addict. It's got to be fed with something.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Tiger Woods, definitely an addict.
Shout out Tiger Woods. He's probably watching.
Definitely an addict.
Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be pretty
LeBron
cool,
James, right? LeBron James, definitely an
Watching.
addict.
Oh,
Jordan Spieth, addict. John Daly, addict.
I get it.
I could go on about like it's Steve Malbon.
Okay.
You know, like people who are addicts. They, you know, like redirecting that obsession and that addiction into something that's healthy for you is what's up.
Absolutely.
Don't like drown it and like be boring.
So is that where the golf thing comes into play for Yellow Wolf, you think?
Yeah, no, golf has taken up my
Bro, I've followed you on social media for years, and that has, if I see a story from Yellow Wolf, I know y'all are on the golf course 99% of the time, or you're in the studio and you just like are getting settled in or coming out for the day type shit.
Listen, with Newport,
Shout out Newport
and Edward and
Shout out Edward.
Zilla don't golf.
Why not, Zilla?
He ain't got an
I'm all
athletic bone in
at
his
it.
body.
I went with him one time in New Zealand.
You get mad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Yeah, I was mad.
I took lessons when I was young, and I stopped taking lessons because I broke my putter.
Zilla's brilliant, but he ain't got no athletic bone in his body. He ain't trying to skate, throw no balls, hit
No,
no
hell
balls.
no.
He ain't
At
trying to
least
do
you're brilliant.
Yeah, but
Nah, he is, though.
He
He
might
is.
kick some major ass.
that. Yo, so golf gave me like my new hang, and I didn't have a hang. I had the bar, I had dinner, and I had the studio.
Okay.
But golf gave me a spot to go out with my boys and talk shit.
Absolutely.
Learn something that's impossible.
And you can drink.
Yeah,
It's not like frowned upon. None of that shit. Like,
And when you do something dope or you get a good shot, it's like your boys go nuts. You know,
Yeah.
it's like the.
And like you said, it's impossible. Like golf is such a difficult sport, and it's so hard to play golf.
Impossible.
And like
No one's good at golf.
nobody. Some people are just better than
Save
others,
it.
right? But it's you got to be built a certain way to get out there and just do the shit
Dude,
continuously.
I've been playing for just over 2 years. I got well over 500 rounds in.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all.
I'm obsessed. But you know, it's the personal challenge. But like I said, it's like it helps me to take up some room that otherwise I would just be
Scallywags.
twisting my thumb. Scallywag gang.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm familiar.
baby.
I'm familiar. I've seen these things. Is that something other than just that? I'm a scallywag. What is exactly?
Scallywag gang is my golf gang. Now we go out and we've played like 3 Malbon tournaments already.
Pause. Has Slum American produced any golf gear yet?
No, we're working
On a scallywag line?
We have a Malbon Scallywag
Interesting.
collaboration coming up.
Interesting.
Hopefully this next fall.
That's crazy to me.
Um,
That's just crazy to me.
dude, there's a lot of
It will be dope. I know it's going to be dope.
There's a lot
I
of-
don't even golf, and I know it's going to be dope.
dog, there's a lot of Slim American heads on the golf course, man. Like,
Oh, I don't doubt that.
including all my friends. It's like, it's amazing, man. You when I was coming up, like golfers were square,
Oh yeah, it used to be like
super.
I was
square.
never excited to go because I did lessons young. My grandfather was the marshal at Smyrna for years, but I took lessons in Smyrna when I was young, maybe 10 years old or so, maybe from 10 to 12, and then but I didn't want to fucking play at all. That was like my dad and grandpa's idea. I didn't want nothing to do with the fucking shit. It just made me mad as fuck.
It's because you were too young
Right?
and you didn't have. They weren't feeding you beers and doobies.
Right?
To have the most fun.
They're just
not
assholes,
letting
man.
you drive the golf cart.
Right? Making me hold the fucking, making me do everything their way. I didn't like that shit.
Yeah, it's definitely you gotta have the right.
Teacher,
You gotta have the right crew, man. Like,
right?
To enjoy it, it's like it's frustrating enough, but we out there, man. We having fun, man.
I see
I'm
it,
glad
dude.
to have a new hobby, man. I'm
It's a great hobby, though.
thinking about painting again lately. A
Okay.
lot.
You say again, when was that a thing? Or has just always kind of been a thing?
No, I was a actual like professional mural artist.
Well, I know y'all go way back just based off graffiti and shit, you and Ounce. Like, I know that from that creative aspect.
Yeah.
But Ounce is a creative motherfucker, though, bro, too. I mean, I see, bro, real quick while I'm thinking about it, the book. So what is the book that just released? The
5150 tour book. It was
that
his tour of 5150.
So I had the luxury and blessing of an opportunity to get a glimpse of this a few weeks prior to its release. Shout out Tony Delano, Cairo Inc.
Cairo,
Bruh.
Signing.
Shout out Cairo.
Shout out Cairo, man. One of the, again, we speak about these Pacific human beings.
Cairo is consistent. Cairo is like a cartoon. Like you can always count on Cairo.
Absolutely. A creative genius.
He is
Literally a creative genius.
Yeah. And he's just like 1000% dependable. Like Cairo. Love you, bro.
Yeah,
Seriously.
shout out to that
Like,
guy.
and like just like character wise, style wise, it's just
One of a kind, though,
classic,
too, bro.
classic.
One of a kind, for
Right?
real.
And we speak about Tony a lot, but we speak about Mr. Crowe in the same kind of caliber. You know what I'm saying? But I went over to Tony's lair a few weeks ago.
temple.
The temple, and spent some time with him over there. But I was so excited to catch a glimpse of the 5150 tour book. It was incredible, and I know just some of the shots that were in that book and the way it was getting put together, and it was loose bound still at this point. So it was definitely still in its developmental stages.
That's
or
the Kinko's version.
Exactly, but it was in like the final stages of it. And he told me about the release or whatnot, and then as of recently, I've been seeing you doing some signings, etc. For it's a very limited release, correct?
I mean, it was limited at the Huntsville show.
Oh, okay. So it's a
limited
thing now, though, right?
Yeah, it's
Available
not
on
up for sale yet.
No. Okay.
No, but we shipped some out to Estevan Oriole. Shout out Estevan,
Flex.
legend. You know what I mean? He dropped it on Joker Brand Publishing.
Fire.
So I mean, we're honored to have him collaborate with us on that. You know what I mean?
Super dope, though, man. And I know that's something you're extremely passionate about, and I know you're probably super proud of just the way that turned out.
Yeah, Zilla just fell in the pocket with this whole idea. Like, you know, he shot all the photos for the 5150 tour, and you know, for me, it was this was my comeback. You know, I had just left the psych ward, man. I literally got a 5150 charge. You know, like I did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like no joke. Like, and I had made an ass of myself online. Most of which the experiences I was going through should have just been handled by myself. I probably should have left the country and just ducked off and with some Buddhist monks and got my shit together for a while, but I handled it not responsibly, I'll say. But I did want to make the best of it. So the 5150, I told my mama when she come to see me in the hospital, I was like, man, I'm gonna turn this into a brand. I don't know what else to do. I'm just gonna turn it into a brand. So I like took the pattern off the scrubs that were in the hospital, that were given to me in the hospital.
Oh shit! Okay.
And I flipped it, and I created my own all over print, which is the 5150 all over print. It's American, and you know, we created a tour, and I was like, man, the 5150 tour it's gotta go down, you know. Plus I earned it. There's been other 5150 tours. Like I think Van Halen has had a 5150 tour, and it's nothing new to rock and roll, but it was authentic as fuck for me, you know, like it was the real deal. And he happened to have a camera rolling the whole time, and as he's shooting all these photos and documenting this whole thing, like I'm like, you could see like from like barely a shadow to end of tour, full fucking beard. Like I didn't shave. And
how long was the tour? The 5150 tour?
Shit.
At least 60 days, maybe more.
Yeah. It was a long one.
That wasn't any overseas trip though. On this one,
that was
right?
all in the
cool.
States.
Gotcha.
So meanwhile, like, on the tour, he's also handing out like scrapbooks. Like, hey man, write down what you thought about tonight, or
To fans or
no, us.
These guys
on
on
the tour bus.
Oh.
On the tour bus.
Like, how you feeling right now?
dope.
So there's a lot of scribes from the whole crew within the. It's not just photos. There's like,
See, that's where
like
I'm
a
falling short a
scrapbook.
little bit, because I think when I saw some of it, I think the brief, I only had it for a brief moment. You know what I mean? And I'm flipping through it, excitingly, you know what I'm saying? Like it was dope shit to look at, but I only remember the photos. Like in reality,
it's not just it's not just.
I got to get my hands on one of these books.
I got one for you in the car.
My man,
it's a real like very well captured view of the psyche of the 5150 tour.
Interesting.
You know, it's not like, oh, here's some photos of them on tour.
Yeah,
it's way more than that. You know, there's like I'm saying, there's handwritten messages in the book. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of Easter eggs in the book.
Well, even the, and I haven't seen it to the finished product, but even the perspective from the lens itself, in just an aspect of the photos and in discussion of just the photos, it's from Zilla's perspective, and most whatever perspective he put himself in that scenario to capture that moment, like. There's no other photos like that, you know what I mean?
That's the thing about being a good photographer, which he is, you know, and like I always thought he was going to be a photographer before he pitched to be my manager. I thought that was like going to be his thing, like making videos, shooting photography. He's a great photographer. But what outside of just putting something in a frame and making the focus right and getting the good, it's like being there. It's like, okay, but you were there though, and no one else was. No one else was there for that time.
Yeah,
and that's what makes great documentary like style. You know, photos. Like someone's like, yeah, the photo's ill, but the thing is, you were with Guns N' Roses at the Rainbow Room in the bathroom. When no one was there, and that's what makes the photo fucking sick.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean? And like, so there's a lot of
those photos end up iconic. Book. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When no one was fucking allowed around us,
exactly.
No one.
The perspective is unmatched. Like when it comes to the caliber of those particular.
There's a photo in this book of me.
I think
Clever is buck naked.
Shot Clever
behind. What's that goddamn venue?
I think it's Knoxville, right?
Yeah, no, but it's the country bar.
Cotton Eye Joe's.
Cotton Eye Joe's.
Yeah. Cotton Eye Joe's, Knoxville.
Clever is behind Cotton Eye Joe's, butt naked, just holding himself. And I'm like 15 feet away. We're behind in the alleyway, spraying him with a water hose, like dying laughing. I'm like spraying him off because there wasn't a shower in the venue.
See what I mean about them stories, bro?
And he was like, just wash me off. Just wash me off. I was like, you serious? He's like, yeah, just hit me. Just wash me off. Oh man.
Running through the venue, taking his clothes off before he got to the back where he was spraying them off.
Oh man.
Why was he running through the venue taking his clothes off?
I guess he was pissed they didn't have a shower. I don't know.
Gotcha.
It's all a blur.
You and Clever said as of recently. I think Sturgis was the last show I saw you shake. Was it Sturgis? Where'd you?
I don't know where you. I don't. That's not my last show.
I didn't. No. I didn't see it personally. I'm talking about just as of recently. It was you and Clever.
My last show was with 3-6 Mafia in Huntsville.
At the Orion. At the Orion.
Yeah.
How was that,
dude?
From personal experience, how was that?
And I mean. Look, dude, I'm still a huge fan.
Right.
You know, and 3-6 Mafia is
legends.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I'm partly there like to enjoy my time with the fans, and then I'm also like kind of beside myself, you know, that I'm doing it. Like DJ Paul has become one of my best friends in the world.
Shout out Paul.
You know, I mean, you know, I've had a long relationship with the Six, and
very long.
You know, like so rocking with them these days back home, man. I mean, shit.
Had you
what can you say, man? I mean, me and 3-6 Mafia in Huntsville, Alabama, at the Orion.
At the Orion, had you done the Orion prior? See, that's what I didn't think so. I had the opportunity to go catch Jelly there last year, and that was my first experience at the Orion, and it was an unbelievable venue. Like it was just insane. And then when I saw the flyer for that show for you and 3-6,
oh, by the way, we got the best poster.
It was red, maroon, right?
Yo, save it. 3-6 Mafia Yellow Wolf got the best Orion poster in history.
Yeah, shit was crazy.
Okay,
I'm claiming it right now.
I know the image because it's like in my head.
Nah, it's one that they made. The venue made. Yeah,
no, it's like a hat style type look.
Yeah,
yes.
like Printer's Alley
Yes,
style.
absolutely, hat style.
Yeah, hat style.
Yes.
Like all Grim Reaper, like black and
I have to check it out. I have to check that out.
I got a bunch at the crib. I'm gonna hang some up, but the crowd was phenomenal. Like, you know, you kind of black out, and I tell you something crazy about that show is
Please do.
It was 50 minutes, right?
You're set.
50 minutes, I was told. 50 minutes. I think I did 5 songs
Within the 50 minutes?
within 50 minutes.
We're at home.
I know, but I was so at home, dude. I started singing. I don't know. I did Friends in Low Places. Then I did
Love it.
Today Was a Good Day. Then I did Long Haired Country Boy, like just a cappella. And in between all that, I was also talking a lot. And then here's what happened. Okay, so we come out. We have an opener that we come out on every night. It's called Outer Space.
Mm-hmm.
Between Clever and I, we can't find another record that is
Proper for the intro.
we just can't do better. Now, to the fans that are watching, we have tried. Listen, that song just jams to us. But our second go-to after that is Catfish Billy. It wouldn't play. And I walked over to Clever. He's freaking out. He's like, I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on.
Shout out Clever.
I said, Clever, calm down. Like, there's 6,000 people out there. Like, I said, look, calm down. What's happening? He said, it won't play, dude. He goes, check this out. And he pressed the button to cue the song.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, it was like all fucked.
Gotcha.
And I was like, fuck, man. I've never been in that situation before where I couldn't play Catfish Billy because I knew Huntsville, Alabama.
Oh, yeah, they're going to go wild.
Was going to go buck wild with Catfish Billy. And I didn't know what to do. And so I think he goes to play Catfish Billy Part 2.
Mm-hmm. Which was the plan, still part of the plan, correct?
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, nah. I like literally on the mic, I was like, no, don't play that. I think I was like, Daddy's Lambo. And then they went crazy. And
as they should.
And it went off, but like I somehow slid 50 minutes with 5 songs. Huntsville, Alabama, I owe you a true hour and a half set of classics. Coming back. Let's go back to the Orion.
Man, dude, I hope if you do, I gotta make it.
Let's go back and headline it. Huntsville.
You could do that.
Hooey.
You could do a whole weekend there. You could do
straight from the Wooey.
What's up with Slumfest, man?
Oh,
We're bringing that back.
Man, that's a whole.
Is that a sensitive subject? Is that a bad topic? My apologies.
Ain't a bad topic. Ain't a bad topic. We're trying to get it going. It's just
bro. One of my most memorable events though that you put on was the Slumfest at.
I don't know.
At
the
what's it called?
Look, Slumfest.
Oh, Festlers.
The next Slumfest will be Slumfest 6.
Okay.
All right, it's the 6th one. The goal is to get it in Bentonville, Arkansas. If we can get it cracking in Bentonville, Arkansas, then we will leave Nashville, Tennessee on our bikes, travel up to Bentonville, ending in Bentonville, and that will be the 6th Slumfest. We're also implementing our new nonprofit Slum, SLUM, Saving Lives Using Music.
Okay.
Is the acronym.
Love it.
For the nonprofit. And we were planning on launching that at the Slumfest by hosting so the bike ride up to the festival is called the Devil's Pass, and it's 3 to 4 days of us on bikes. So when we get to Bentonville, we thought it would be cool for kids to come out and do like maybe a 5-mile run around the city with us. Anything with wheels, skateboard, roller skates, bicycle,
sure,
Heelys. I don't know what you got. like what rollerblades.
Yeah,
like
rolling on something.
Little
something.
Devil's Pass.
Yeah, we're going to call it Little Devil's
Fire.
Pass to raise money for the nonprofit that we
Slum.
put together, and the nonprofit is built to like help kids to rehabilitate in a better way than juvenile. You know what I mean? Like offering them so instead of a kid going to jail, right, or as a trade-off, the judge might say
Boot camp or something.
no. Well, they say make community service.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, then they can come work for us and learn a trade in music, engineering,
In exchange for community service hours type thing.
exactly. And
But also, beside kids who are not doing community service, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're earning credits. They have to earn this.
I'll offer like internships and that type scenario too.
Well, they're earning it, and then the kids doing community service come in and they learn, damn, I can earn more credits too outside of being in trouble.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So it's not like an easy out.
Yeah.
You have to want it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's kids who are really trying to do something better for themselves. But
That's interesting.
at the same time, they're learning a trade in music, whether it's managing or interning at a studio or learning about merch.
Graphic design,
Graphic
catering.
design.
I mean, every
videography,
aspect.
photography. I mean, you got every aspect under the umbrella of American. I mean, I'm pretty sure you got pieces of all these puzzles.
Any and everything a kid could dream about doing, which I'm assuming that most of them are going to want to get on that mic, or make beats. You know what I mean? But I think it's important for them to know, and kids in general, that there's a lot of money to be made and a lot of careers to be had within the music business without being an artist.
Sure.
You don't have to be an artist to make a great living in this business.
No, you sure don't.
And that's important. That's one of our things we want to help kids understand is maybe you shouldn't go to be the main guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like your talent might be elsewhere.
Yeah.
Listen,
trust me, you're talking to somebody who could totally relate. Like, I just wish I wouldn't have took so long to recognize.
I'm very thankful for what I do, but I do envy people that are not like quote unquote famous. And like I do have fame. I do have famous friends that are for real famous, and it's another level. I feel I'm very thankful of my level of fame, so to speak. But man, when I meet a songwriter who's got 500 acres in Franklin and
that's where you want
he's
to be.
net 10 mil and no one knows who he is, but he wrote
100
she
plus.
wrote
plaques all over the fucking walls.
100 number ones and just like remaining anonymous. Like what?
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
there's a few of those out here too.
So just saying, kids, there's more to being an artist, and
there definitely is. No, I totally can. Like I said, man, I used to want to be fucking that guy, and then like so much, I hate that so much later in life is where I started realizing, because now I like to do everything else. Just I shoot the videos, I do the graphics, I shoot the pod, like everything else but be an artist. But yet I facilitate to so many of our artists as like our in-house label. But it's just like I had to like recognize that should have been my role for so long, and it sucks to like kind of flip that switch so late in the game. But I'm so glad I did.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't beat yourself up, dog, because I didn't get a record deal till I was 30 years old.
Talk your shit.
And I think that's important for people to, appreciate about their own path. And I've been there, man. I've beat myself up about not making it happen earlier, or even now, like thinking things should be more, in my mind, bigger, or just more broad, or whatever it is. But you come back down to earth after after some thought, and you just realize that you are where you're supposed to be, and everybody's got a different story, and I do want to appreciate MCs out there that are 30 or over 30, and artists out there, and just everything's gonna be okay, man. Like this is still a very young genre.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
We've had country artists and rock and roll artists die of old age. You know what I mean? Like, we're
Sure.
still kind of, you know, like, I mean, what is there in hip hop? You know what I mean? Like, you think about our elders, which is Snoop, Jay,
Right.
you know, KRS,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
You got like
there's-
Rick Rubin and shit like
there's
that. And
plenty more.
they're still making hits.
Hey, Rick is a great one.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I appreciate you saying that. I mean, but Rick don't give no fucks.
No.
Rick's not giving a fuck forever, which is fly.
Amazing.
I think that like more people should, you know what I mean? You know, just embrace the growth, man, and just own where you're at and
Yeah. I definitely do.
where you're at and how you're at, and not you in particular.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking in generality. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Just like about like artists, and really artists is what I'm really talking about.
Yeah, I love y'all's approach though with the slum shit and like opening the younger generation's eyes to there's more than just being an artist or just being, you know, like a producer or whatever else, but there's so many other avenues that you can create revenue or be a value for the same type of finished product. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that I think that's really important for the younger
it's
ones
like,
to know that.
Learn a fucking trade.
Sure.
You know, like come to the fucking studio and learn how to work these channels.
Yeah.
What does this mixing board do? How does it work?
Yeah.
You know, learn how to engineer, learn how to work a camera, like seriously. Learn how to do logistics, you know what I mean? Like you know, like what does tour managing look like?
Yeah.
You know, how to create merch, you know, what do merch sales look like?
Yeah.
You know, like
Profit margins. and all
profit
this.
margins. What
Sure.
you know, net versus growth, and all the gross. Excuse me, net worth, net versus gross, and what that looks like on paper. Like, fucking learn something, man. Like these
Learn and contribute.
these fucking kids.
So
Don't know shit.
So after like currently, you know, War Story, War Story. Shout out to the video, New Me. Shout out to both of you two.
Oh yeah,
That video is insane,
That was fun.
and I love it. It's just a great record, but the visual itself is just a great visual. Me myself,
the vandalist, evangelist.
I just love it.
Shout
It's
out Patrick
dope.
Tohill.
Right, facts.
Let's go, Patrick.
That shit's amazing. But I love
Shout
seeing
out.
that. Keep going. Go.
Nah, just Patrick Tohill and the whole crew, and Pickle Tits and Taterdale.
Pickled tits.
Pickle Tits and Taterdale makeup wardrobe. Oh,
Pickle Tits.
dude, you think that video is crazy, which it is. I love that video. Wait till you see Bar on Fire. Oh,
Is that the next one?
Oh my God. Yeah, dude.
Facts. You got a release date on that?
Listen,
When's that
it's
happening?
so raw. People gonna think this AI. Listen, we went to Watertown, bought a real barn, like a 4-story fucking barn, and burnt it to the ground.
How hot was it?
Hot,
Hot as fuck.
real hot.
Real hot.
Oh, there's footage of us running from it because it was too hot.
It gets extremely hot. Like super, super hot. Way hotter than you can like think. Hot.
Fire's hot.
Facts. Fun fact. But after War Story, when did War Story drop? Release date.
Fire's hot.
That's that's a fun
Fire's
fact,
hot.
bro. Fire's definitely
June
hot.
7th.
June 7th. God, it seems like sooner than that. But after the success of War Story, how long was the War Story development for Yellow Wolf? How long did that process take you?
I wrote the first side of it, the Michael Wayne side with Malay in Los Angeles, and I wrote the record at Sunset Marquee. But I didn't. That record, I didn't write to music. He would just call me and, well, he would sometimes the night before or the morning of, because every day we'd go in at 2:00, and he would send me the BPM. He's like, "Oh, here's the BPM for today. It's 85. Click, clack, click, clack, click, clack."
That's all it would take for the initial direction?
And I would just write a whole song to the metronome,
That's not normal.
and then I would go in and he would produce around it, and that's how we did that first record. Or he sent me like a break beat. And the break beat that he sent me is cars, fancy cars. But he just sent me the break beat. There was no music or anything. So I wrote the So anyway, we wrote all the music without music. I don't know if that makes sense.
That is insane. Who does that, dude? Who does that?
Malay, man. Malay is a different creature.
God.
I mean, you know, I could pat myself on the back.
You have to. There's a contributing factor right there. Like, you have to.
Well, I did my thing on the writing side with, like, you know, like, oh, you give me this, I'm coming to the studio at 2:00, and I was ready to, like, he would turn on the fucking mic and I would just go, and then I would leave, and then I would come back like an hour and a half after being on the phone, and he'd be done with the song. So Malay's
built different as well.
Yeah, he's on a different frequency with that shit. You know, like how he produced music around melodies that I created in my own head. And
was that your initial approach for War Story too, to do it like that,
No.
or is that just how it kind of came to you and you gave it back and that just happened?
No, that's just how he wanted to do it. It was his suggestion, and I was like,
We can try it.
I was like, okay. You know, like, kind of like, all right, dude, I'm pulling up then. You know, I mean, I'm gonna bring that shit. So I just pulled up and had the records, and it just worked out. So anyway, we did the Michael Wayne album in LA, and then when I came back to Nashville, I had Will Power come in the studio and listen to the project, and I was like, "You ready for Trump music?"
Yeah.
He was like,
That's what we're doing.
he was like, "Motherfucker."
I'd love to have him here. I've
He's
reached
like,
out.
"Motherfucker, we get him."
I've reached out. I've reached out. I'm a fan, but yeah.
Nah, we can get Will Power in here for sure. And he fucking Will Power was like, "Man, you got to come to Atlanta, man." So I went out to Atlanta, and so we just did Trump music from scratch as well. Just in all, like, the albums, both of the albums together took 2 weeks to make, like a week for one and a week for the other.
Wow.
But then it took a long time to, like, mix it and shoot the photos and, like, you know, get all the things together,
The rollout, etc.
you know, doing the arrangements and stuff with the music. But the music itself was, we just did a record a day, you know, or 2 records a day sometimes.
And when you started, sorry if I cut you off, the initial thought was already there, right? Like the War Story title, et cetera. And you, like you said earlier, like you kind of like have your destination, and it kind of determines your journey. Mm-hmm. Did you have that same approach for War Story?
Yeah. We even put out a fake cover.
I've got pictures in front of like a rollout photo of a cover, but it's the authentic cover. It's the real one.
No, we put out a fake cover. It's hilarious. Spoiler alert. We created the page. We shot the photo. We even talked shit on ourselves, and it was hilarious, man. Fans were going crazy. It was a lot of fun, but I guess they'll never believe us again if we put out another cover. Anyway, we put out a War Story cover, and it was the love story wolf, which is a real taxidermied wolf in my house.
Okay.
And I put him on my bathtub and dyed him black with, like, professional, like, black hair dye.
Yes.
And then I gave him gold teeth, like real gold teeth.
And that was the fake cover.
Oh, and by the way, where did we go for them gold teeth? Antioch?
I'm trying to remember who even went and got them made.
We
think it was Taco.
We molded the wolf teeth for real, and we sent it to a gold teeth spot.
It was
and
Taco.
It was Taco, and Taco had some gold teeth made for they're real gold teeth made for the wolf.
Flex.
So, and then we shot that, and we're like, and then we put it out and said,
it would have worked.
I think the quote was like, whoever leaked it, the guy we made up who leaked it said, "You can't even protect your album covers, and by the way, I leaked.
By the way, I wrote Till It's Gone." Or some shit like that.
And I wrote Till It's Gone.
Yeah,
which was they didn't read between the lines.
That's crazy.
A little hint, because he wrote Till It's Gone.
That's crazy.
Me, though.
But why not stick with that? That cover was still hard as fuck, if you ask me. Like, with the gold teeth on the werewolf. Oh, dude, this shit could have worked. But
dude, the actual War Story cover that we ended up shooting is one of the hardest covers I've ever shot, man. That
talk your shit.
Come on, man, get out of here. And I dyed my hair silver just to shoot.
I was gonna ask, man.
That was his own mission. That was his own mission.
I was gonna ask if it was dyed though, because it did. I didn't know if it was the color, like the way the color pop was going or something. Because
nah, man.
Fun fact.
I fucking bleached my hair and fucking dyed it silver.
Hell yeah.
Just to shoot, because I wanted to look like I had been through war. And oh my God, Zilla woke me up at like, the sun wasn't even up. I was in the back of the bus, and
to come take this photo.
No, seriously,
that a boy.
He was like,
"Hey, shoot this album cover.
You ready to take this photo?" I was like, "What? Oh God, yeah." I get up, slung under. My my uncle would say, "You're not hung over, you're slung under."
Okay,
which is a whole nother level of hungover. I'm slung under. I'm up like, God, they got a trench coat, face paint, all the shit. We go off in the woods in the mountains. Where are we? Colorado?
We're Colorado, yeah.
Shot
go
Colorado.
Off in the mountains, like literally hike up this goddamn trail. It's bone cold. It's nothing in the morning.
Slung under.
Fucking Zilla and Tyree are about to kill each other.
War story.
Yeah, war story, exactly. And anyway, fucking there we go. We go popping off, and in all the colorways, everything just made sense, man. I love the cover of this record. I'm super, super proud of it.
Super proud of the album, as you should be. It did well. It's doing well still. It's right.
I think so, ain't it?
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's killing it, ain't it? I don't know. I don't follow that shit.
And that's why we shot Bonfire and what's the other one? Bad News.
Yeah, Bad News.
Okay,
Bad News
because it's doing so well.
Doing so well.
And Bonfire is a fan favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting to hear as well. The new Me record's still my favorite off the project
I don't
itself.
like listen to all the fans and stuff that are watching the show, and to anyone that would even give a shit. My best friends would tell you, dude, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I don't like put records out and follow my numbers, man. Sure, that shit is depressing. I don't give a shit if it's.
I wouldn't want to imagine that.
I don't. I don't give a shit if it's quadruple platinum and like, or if it's not. That's not my. I don't paint shit and put it in the gallery and then walk around and tell you what it's worth.
Yeah,
that's someone else's job.
Ah, love it.
You know what I mean? Like I'll be outside. You know what I mean? Let me know how it goes.
Right.
You know, like
I totally understand.
It's just it helps me to stay in my space. You know, like I see shit all the time on social media, man. Like these kids are looking at record sales, like that's
relying on the numbers.
It's crazy. It's like, dude, you're not even a music fan, man. Like, what are you paying attention to? Like, what is it that's driving you? Like, why are you talking about that? Why don't you should go be a music executive?
Yeah, go fall in love with the music first before trying to be.
It's just a strange thing to really care about as an artist, or for me.
No, I hear it. I hear it though. How you're explaining it to me, like I can hear like it.
Some people can do it because I've had a lot of success, dude. I've got plenty platinum records. You know what I mean? Like a lot of records, man. But I only have one plaque in my house, and it was gifted to me. Someone made it and gave it to me. I don't have any plaques. It's that thing, man. It's that thing. It's that move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was yesterday type of deal. Like, yeah. I'm very proud of my success, but for some reason, it just weirds me out sometimes
I think that's interesting to hear. Honestly, it's not that I would envision you in like your own personal space surrounded by all these plaques or whatever. It's not like I would like envision that, but I think it's interesting that you tell me that there isn't any.
No, I only have one. I got a Love Story plaque, and that was gifted to me. And
you're good.
I mean, it's beautiful. I love it, but like, I don't know. All the other plaques and stuff I haven't really got. Oh, Tech 9 gave me a couple plaques recently.
Shout Tech
for a Worldwide Choppers.
Gold and the platinum.
Yeah, the gold and
flex
platinum plaque for that.
Major flex. What's next for you, Yela? Other than
I'm gonna
the
go see Tulane James goddamn video release. What's the song?
Undeniable.
Oh, I'm undeniable.
available now.
The earthquake. My boy Tulane James, man. We love Tulane James. Shout out Chef. Shout out Chef.
Tulane James. We love.
We're gonna go see Undeniable tonight. His video release party. Where's it going at? Where's it going down at?
Hubba Tiki.
Hubba Tiki Toe.
Tiki. What is it?
Hubba Tiki Schmeeky.
It's like a video premiere party.
Tiki Tonk.
Oh, Hubba Tiki Talk.
That's right.
There you go. Oh, there's a wall of creek water up at Hubba Tiki Tonk, by the way. Peach.
I need to try it. I haven't tried the peach. I was about to. I was going to admit to you that I haven't tried the peach, and then I took a trip right across the street prior to you pulling up with me this evening to try to obtain some of this, and they didn't have any, and that was a problem. Right across the street.
Oh yeah.
They have regular OG creek water.
Nope.
No,
Dylan
it's
walked in there and dude looked at me like I was silly, and I was like, "Bro, come on."
Man, it's probably sold out. Come on.
Man,
Nah,
talk
I
your
don't
shit.
know. I don't even know. That's a whole Yo, the liquor game is a mission, my boy.
I could only imagine.
It's a fucking phone book of things you got to know to get into. Dude, I had to fly, I think, to West Virginia.
Shout West Virginia.
Shout out West Virginia coal miners. Mountain Dew mouth.
What made you want to get into that space?
No, I went to fucking West Virginia and I had to go to the board. Literally, I had to go to the courthouse or the Capitol or whatever and go to the ABC board and meet them personally. That was just that county, in that area. And
To get them to sell creek water in that county?
Boone County.
Hey! Shout out Boone County.
Boone County. Who got some pills?
You just shake them.
Boone County mating call.
That's what that is. I know that sound. I know.
Boone County
You
mating
said
call.
who's got some pills. Shout out Boone County.
All right, Hubba Tiki Talk tonight. It's October 3rd. By the time you hear this, it's going to be over.
It'll be over, but that means that the video is probably available now.
Too bad.
Yeah, I think it's coming out tonight.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Oh, so
Y'all probably watched the premiere at the release.
check it out now. I'm undeniable. Tulane James, Brooklyn Chef. Yes, sir. We getting to ready. We getting to ready. We getting to ready.
I've had a couple of your more current Slamerican editions over here lately. J. Michael Phillips joined me a couple weeks ago.
That's what's up.
Great individual. That was my first. Shout out to Zilla for hooking that
Smile
up.
gang.
Great individual though. Great energy. Just a great dude. He pulled up over here and sat with me for I don't know, an hour and a half or so. Had a great sit down interview with him. It was but I complimented his socks, and that's what made me mention him now because I think you have the same ones on. Shout out Slamerican, the brand, man.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
It's dope shit too, man. Oh, I see y'all
Slummed up, son.
Boots on.
branded up. I love the brand. I love the growth of the brand and how much influence that you've been able to achieve with it, man. It's like I see it sometimes in the most unannounced places, like just where I don't, even if it's a bumper sticker on a fucking truck next to me. But that slim shit's out there, man. It's interesting to see.
Yeah, well, fucking been working at it for a long time.
A very
man.
long time.
This is you're sitting in the room with the very, very creators of it.
Well, like
Jon Newport was the one who found Joe Hollier, who hand painted our font, the classic font 40, the OG Slamerican.
Oh, okay.
That was our boy.
6 degrees of separation there, Newport.
Yeah.
Lower or nothing.
1 degree.
Yeah, for real. That's an important piece of this puzzle.
Yeah, 1 degree, man. Like, and Joe Hollier had went on and, man, Joe, man, that kid's brilliant. He started he started the light phone, and it's this, correct me if I'm wrong, Newport. It's basically it's a phone a little thicker than a credit card. It fits in your wallet, right?
Okay.
There's 10 to 15 savable phone numbers.
Okay.
It Bluetooths to your phone so that you can leave your phone in your car or at home charged.
Still have somewhere.
And you can only call They added texting to it a little bit.
Yeah, there's text now. It's on iPhone. Oh, sorry, Light Phone 3, and I think there's you can call it Uber now too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
wow.
it's like your phone away from
Phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's like-
it's to get people off the goddamn internet.
Yeah,
I totally understand
it's
that.
like anti-social media shit.
Yeah, I get
It's
it.
really sick.
Fit in your fucking wallet type shit.
Yeah, like what phone?
That's crazy.
Light phone
Yeah,
3,
like
Joe Hollier.
Joe is on Instagram heavy, like he does his thing but he only uses his computer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He'll do it when the time is designated to do it.
Wow.
It's just to get your mind working better.
That's dope.
What,
In-
like
in
you said,
his
everybody gets on the
vision,
fucking
I
phone,
guess.
right? But it's a live product. That shit's out and available in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Kendrick's behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Or an investor or something.
Kendrick Lamar. No, I think
His company, I don't know what is exactly because I don't follow everybody like that. But his company got a collab. They made 250 of them.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's called it's not Top Dog. It's Kendrick's brand.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he's just like a fan of it and they support it.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Like you said, 1 degree of separation.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Well, I'm stoked to just had the opportunity to fucking sit with you, bro. You know what I mean?
I've nice.
I've looked forward to it for so long. I knew it was going to happen one day, and I can't thank you enough for just the time. But I don't know what all we've covered or what all we spoke about, but hopefully some of the flowers I was able to throw at you find genuine,
man. I appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you. I'm a huge fan, man. I want to continue to see you win. This promise that you made a few moments ago, or it's been a little while ago, when you said something about dropping a new song every 2 weeks or dropping a new record every month.
Yep.
That's the new campaign for Yellow Wolf.
It's either 2 weeks in 2025. We're dropping a song every 2 weeks or a song every month. The only reason that would stop me from doing one every 2 weeks is if we can't get them loaded up legit.
Right.
We're looking into it. If we can do it, then I'm gonna drop one every 2 weeks. But if not, it'll be a song every month.
Ultimately leading up to an album.
Yeah, a Christmas album.
Okay.
Happy holidays.
Fuck yeah.
to
Dude.
Happy birthday.
you.
That's awesome.
Nah, I don't know. I'm just
I was fixing to.
I'd do a Christmas album.
Outcast first.
Rudolph
single was
the
on Christmas
Red-Nosed Ritz Deer.
Catfish Billy Christmas.
Oh shit. That had a cool
Okay,
little.
have a Catfish Billy Christmas.
That's even if it's just a slight campaign or some sort of event of some sort, like that had a cool little ring to it. Just saying.
Yeah, have a Catfish Billy Christmas. What do you think would be under the Christmas tree if
A
I were
catfish?
Santa Claus?
No. I would say a lot of creek water, but you got plenty of that probably by the barrel.
I be giving box Chevys out left and right.
I'll need one.
Greyhound bus ticket to Boone County.
Yeah, Greyhound bus ticket. Old box Chevys though, ones that need radiators and shit.
Yeah, they're not going to be
Bad
fixed
key.
up and ready to go.
Yeah, you gotta go get copies of the keys at Home Depot.
Fuck yeah.
A new car battery.
Nice. Nice.
Toilet scrubber.
Why is this thing so heavy?
You know,
Toilet seat.
things
Oh,
people
it's
need.
No, the good padded toilet seats.
The warmer built in.
Dude, you remember those?
Yeah, I see one the other day. Where were
Dude,
we?
my grandparents had one of
The
those.
padded
I ain't-
ones?
Dude, are those for hemorrhoids?
I don't know. I don't think they're specifically for hemorrhoids, but I haven't seen one, it seems like, in so long.
Comfy,
I
man.
think nobody sits on the toilet long enough to need it unless they're old.
Dude,
I know a
listen.
couple folks that sit on the toilet a long fucking time, bro. There's this one cat I work with full time, bro. He lives on the toilet.
Damn.
What?
You need a heater
I take
on that
long
mug.
shits, Raider Ruckus, rum. I come with premeditated red rum or some shit. That's what Method Man said.
It's fucking Yellow
On
Wolf.
record, he takes long shits.
Okay. Yeah, fun fact. I'll give you
I
one.
don't know how the fuck we ended up going there, but for
We're
Christmas,
talking about toilet seats, man.
Well, we're talking about Catfish Billy Christmas here, and then we
Catfish
ended
Billy
up going
Christmas.
to toilet seats.
That's what happened. I was there.
Oh man,
Dude, War Story available now amongst a gazillion fucking amazing projects from
appreciate it,
Yellow Wolf.
man. I would really appreciate if y'all would go check out War Story.
I urge them to.
Great hip hop album.
It definitely
I
is.
think it's my best hip hop album to date, top to bottom. If that means anything, And if it don't,
It does.
fuck you.
No, it definitely does. From your perspective, it definitely means something. And even like your fans and consumers regularly like to hear you admit that that's your perspective on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I have no argument there at all.
I hyper focused on it, and I think my fans are they know like they know that that's a dose. I'm not gonna hang out in that area for the next year, like creatively. Like that was it. That's it. I don't know when I'm going back to that, but I'm definitely, I'm already like
in motion again.
Yeah, I'm moving into a different creative space. Still, it's always gonna be me, man. It's always gonna be my shit. But like, War Story is
a chapter.
It's definitely a chapter in the Yellow Wolf hip hop book for sure.
It's a good fucking book to watch and read and listen to and everything else, my friend.
Hell yeah!
I promise you.
Let's get it, man.
Keep going, please, for me.
I'm going.
At the end of the day, dude, I can't thank you enough for pulling up. Y'all know who the fuck this is. This is Yellow Wolf, the one and only, over there, Edward Crowe, my new friend Newport. Yeah, dude, it's been a pleasure fucking having you guys. I've been so anxious to have you guys over forever, especially as fun fact, off camera, we were deciding if we were going to turn the second camera on and if Zilla and Newport were even going to be a part of the pod. And I'm so glad that Yellow Wolf insisted that they turn these mics on and sit with us because I just hope that you leave here glad you came. You know what I'm saying, dog? Because
I'm already glad I came, bro. It's fucking. I was glad I came the moment we pulled up, man. You had the crew out there.
Yeah, we was out there deep. Shout out O.n.e, Chad Arms.
Everybody was chilling. Yeah, man, it's good vibes, man.
Good deal, man. But y'all know what it is. War Story available now. Tap the fuck in or don't watch the show anymore.
Yeah, just quit.
Yeah, just give up because you're in the wrong direction in life and you need help. Right? It's slum shit, man. Shout out Slum American. Shout out Yellow Wolf, man. I appreciate the fuck out of you, Bubba. Shout out Edward Crowe. Shout out Newport. Keep going,
shout out
folks.
Squints.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you.
Y'all know what it is,
Too
man.
much fun.
American.com.
Yeah.
The Bible Belt.
The Bible Belt.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Wait a minute. So what? You came up with the Bible Belt, right?
We.
Okay, cool.
I'll give them.
But you were part of that creative process, I know.
Yes, man.
These boys be skateboarding.
He used to make them backstage by hand.
Well, so like the thing is,
I can't skateboard.
South by Southwest Texas, I came with like a fucking, I rigged one up with like a cutoff belt and a fucking just a shoestring, blah blah blah, and then he just went crazy with it, and then like we conjured up the name, and then he sourced a bunch of leather, and he would hand hammer them and cut them himself, dye them himself, put the eyelets in himself, like put the gold foil Bible Belt logo on them himself. Like everything started with him. Now he's outsourcing them from overseas.
Hell yeah.
And so now
it's what we call a marketable product there, Newport.
now we've stepped it up, and now Stefan Janoski has signed up to be brand ambassador for the brand. We've even shot a commercial with Stefan out in Nashville.
Major flexes.
Eli, what's up, Eli Tennant? The Bible Belt is a skateboard accessory, So, and Newport's a skateboarder, through and through. Like
facts.
He had his own skate shop in Miami, called Magic City, and he just left that skate shop to come up to Nashville, and he went to New York, then he came to Nashville, but he's out in Nashville helping us out with Slum American and pushing this Bible Belt. So the Bible Belt, please, if you don't got one, go get
that
one.
Available now at SlimAmerican.com.
Hey, and listen, it's airport proof.
Yeah, you don't have to take it off.
Facts.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
Leave it on like your gold chain, shout.
Shout out Newport, dude.
Exactly.
Shout out Slum American, man. Y'all know what the fuck's going on. It's Yellow Wolf. It's Edward Crowe, Newport. I appreciate you, my man.
Bang, bang.
It's IGSSTS.com, ChatOnTV.com.
Slum
Show and
shit.
prove. We out of here.
Catfish Billy, baby. Yeah.
Bitch, we got views.